Well, hello there, very good afternoon. You're joining Lunchtime News here on MTV Sports. Samir and Rajratnam. Let's start with your headlines first. The sacred relics of Lord Buddha that were placed at the Sirasa Vesak zone to be taken to the Yatihalagalu Raja Mahavihara this evening. President Mahinda Rajapaksa receives a warm welcome in China. Also, India's PM Congress Party chief pay homage to leaders killed in Maoist attacks in India. And now moving on to those stories in detail, President Mahinda Rajapaksa arrived in China on a 4-day state visit. Sri Lankan ambassador to China, Ranjit Uyangoda, said that President Rajapaksa and his Chinese counterpart will ink 10 agreements during the visit.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa and the Sri Lankan delegation that arrived at the Beijing International Airport on board a Sri Lankan airline flight were extended to a warm welcome. China's Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs Liu Zhenmin and Sri Lankan ambassador to China Ranjit Uyangoda were present to welcome the Sri Lankan delegation. President Mahinda Rajapaksa is due to attend the Global Service Forum, Beijing Summit and the International Conference of Asian Political Parties. The head of state will engage in bilateral meetings with the President of China, the Vice President and the Prime Minister.
This is the 7th visit of His Excellency Mahinda Rajapaksa to the People's Republic of China. Now, the more significance of this visit is that this is going to be the second state visit of His Excellency Mahinda Rajapaksa to China. The first state visit he had undertaken to China was in the year 2007. This visit, therefore, is highly significant in terms of relations between Sri Lanka and China. During the visit, His Excellency Mahinda Rajapaksa is expected to conduct official talks with the President of China, and also he would be meeting the Prime Minister and the Vice President of China during the visit. During the visit, the President is also expected to address the Global Services Forum, Beijing Summit in Beijing, and at the same time, International Conference of Asian Political Parties to be organized by the Chinese Communist Party held in Xi'an City.
Well, the Sri Lankan embassy in Saudi Arabia has taken steps to conduct a special mobile service today and tomorrow for illegal Sri Lankan migrant workers. Spokesperson of the Sri Lankan Foreign Employment Bureau, Deputy General Manager Mangala Randhini, noted that temporary passports will be issued to Sri Lankan migrant workers in Saudi Arabia. The mobile service will be conducted in the area of Isle today.
If you have any relatives or siblings who are living illegally in Saudi Arabia, please request them to visit the Abdul Rahman Al Hilmaz office located in the Hyle region on the 27th and 28th. They will be granted the opportunity to meet with officials and obtain a temporary passport. They will also be able to obtain advice regarding the necessary travel permits to leave the country.
Well, meanwhile, the Saudi Arabian government has declared a period of pardon for illegal migrant workers in the country. Now, moving on, the primary section of the Don Bosco College in Hatton that was closed recently was reopened today at the rest hall of the Hatton railway station.
Buildings in the primary section of the Don Bosco College in Hatton were destroyed when earth embankments collapsed on the 13th of this month with the inclement weather. Although the operations at the school came to a standstill, our correspondent said that with the intervention of the Noor Area District Secretary and area politicians, operations of the primary section of the Don Bosco College recommenced at the Hatton railway station today. A large number of students from the primary section were present today.
Well, the statue of God Samman and jewellery which were placed at Adams Peak for the pilgrimage season were taken to the Galpo Thawal Raja Mahavihara in Palmadulla from the Nalatanya Buddhist Center.
With the Adams Peak pilgrimage season drawing to a close, the statue of God Samman was taken to the Nalatanya Buddhist Center yesterday. procession will travel through Lakshapana, Kalugala, Avisawella to the Mahasaman Devalaya in Ratnapura and then will travel to the Galpottawala Rajamaha Viharaya. According to the police, a special motor traffic plan will be in effect for a period of 2 hours this afternoon in areas surrounding the Palmadulla town. The police added that traffic congestion may take place along the Colombo-Badulla A4 road and the Colombo-Ambalipitia A18 road. Motorists are urged to use alternative routes by turning off from the Ratnapura-Thirivankatya junction onto the Nividakala road in order to arrive in Kahavatta.
Well, the Sirsa Vesak zone, which commenced on Friday, ended in the wee hours of this morning. Accordingly, the worshipping of the sacred relics of Lord Buddha, his closest disciples and 10 Mara Theras ended following religious observances.
Devotees were given the opportunity to pay homage to Lord Buddha's sacred relics, the relics of his closest disciples, along with the relics of 10 other Maharat Theras that were brought to the Sirsa Vesak zone on the 24th. The relics of the 10 Maharat Theras, Sivali, Angulimala, Upali, Bakula, Anya Kondanya, Rahula, Gavampati, Ananda, Pilindavaja and the Kadravaniya Revata were placed on either sides of the relics of Lord Buddha. The exposition continued till early this morning. The Sadayagi Saraniya, a collection of songs of devotion which was held last night, added much colour to the Sirsa Vesak zone. One of the main attractions at the Sirsa Vesak zone was the island first LED Pandal. The LED Pandal featured 3 Jataka stories comprising of over 100 artworks and was made of 190 wide screens. Dance halls were also set up at the Sirsa Vesak zone for the benefit of devotees.
Well, wildlife officers of the Hambantota Forest Range have uncovered a racket to hunt endangered species of animals for consumption. According to Assistant Wildlife Officer of Hambantota, Ajit Gunatunga, a Chinese restaurateur who was holding several animals captive was arrested in the Mirchival area. He further added that a tortoise and an armadillo endemic to Sri Lanka were found in a restaurant owned by the Chinese national. The Chinese restaurateur who was arrested will be produced before the Hambantota Magistrate Court today. Ajit Gunatunga further said that the suspect had been arrested and fined earlier as well for carrying out the same racket. Coming up later on in the news, Nico Rosberg controls F1's Showcase Monaco Grand Prix. All the sizzling action on Sports First. Well, 2 police officers who attempted to resolve a dispute between 2 groups in the Millakanda area in Bulat Sinhala have been assaulted. The police say that an individual was taken into custody in connection to the incident, while the 2 officers are currently receiving treatment at the Horana and Athura hospitals.
The 2 police officers had travelled by motorbike to resolve a dispute between 2 groups following a tip-off received to the 119 hotline last night. Police media spokesperson SP Buddhika Sirivardhana said that the 2 police officers who are attached to the Bulat Sinhala police were assaulted. The police media spokesperson added that operations are underway to nab 3 more suspects, including a ruling party member of the Bulat Sinhala Pradesh Sabha.
Still in local news, an individual died following an accident that occurred on an unguarded level crossing. The accident took place in the Vallavatta area in Hikkadu at around 7:30 last evening. The police said that the accident was a result of a collision involving a bicycle and a train bound to Galle from Colombo. The victim was identified as an 18-year-old resident of the Udumulla area in Hikkadu. Moving on, the Sri Lanka Public Health Inspectors Association says that cases were filed against 62 temporary stalls that sold food items that were unsuitable for consumption. Its Deputy Secretary C.S. Muthukada said that the eateries were located in close proximity to places of religious worship.
Deputy Secretary of the Sri Lanka Public Health Inspectors Association, C.S. Muthukuda, said that this special raid was carried out to nab individuals who sold food unfit for consumption during the Vesak holidays. Meanwhile, 813 Dansals which sold food unfit for consumption were raided by the Public Health Inspectors Association. The Deputy Secretary of the association, C.S. Muthukuda, said that 5,812 Dansals came under the microscope of the PHIs over the weekend.